Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys!
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more collectible content. For today's episode, we have the Uruk-Hai action figure from Diamond Select, along with the deluxe Gollum action figure, and he comes with a few different accessories for multiple characters. So let's get into it. We'll go ahead and start off with the Uruk-Hai warrior, and he's looking prepped, ready to fight at Helm's Deep. Just from looking at him in the box, he looks like a very accurate, or I should say screen accurate figure. This spear is, to scale, that's like at least 10 feet, so that's cool. The Uruk-Hai warrior is looking awesome. He comes with the super long pike or spear, a huge shield, 2 interchangeable hands, a sword, and an interchangeable head. So here he is up close with the first head sculpt, and I really love this figure. The armor weathering looks amazing. The chainmail and the plate armor is like slightly different. The chainmail is more shaded, giving it that depth and differentiating the look, which is really impressive. The head sculpt's great. Looks just like an Uruk-Hai from the films. Got that long flowing hair. Must use L'Oreal. He's got these gauntlets, which you can remove to put the shield on. More of that chainmail detail. And his boots with the shin guard armor. For articulation, he can extend fully his arms. He does have double jointed elbows and knees. They are a bit tight, so you might have to loosen them up with hot water. That one's working pretty good. He does have butterflies as well, though mine are super tight. And this elbow won't fully extend. I'm not going to push it because I don't want it to snap, but I'll have to heat that up. The wrists, they're also quite tight. So, good idea to just heat up the figure. I, of course, have not for this video, but it never hurts. He does have thigh cuts, which is always appreciated. And, whew, that, okay, it didn't break, it just was stuck. And then, double jointed knees, pretty good articulation. He does have the ankle pivots, and a decent range of motion backwards, but you're not going to get it forwards much. Looks like the armor kind of blocks it, so you're not going to get crazy stances out of him, but he should stand up just fine. And again, there's some of that back detailing. You can see the leather belt. That looks really nice. The paint job is great. A lot of nice washes. Brings out that detail. Here he is with the helmet, the shield, and the spear. Again, the spear is extremely long. Like, great level of detail to make the spear as accurate as possible. And this guy is amazing for army building, if that's what you're looking for. Obviously, you can have the different head sculpts, different shield, sword, spear combinations. And the gauntlet, you just pop off the hand and it slides right off. And then you can pop the shield. Well, what I did, I just put the hand on the shield strap first, then popped it on. That was easiest for me. But really cool looking shield. And this guy, such a good figure. Honestly, one of my favorites. Alright, here's the deluxe Gollum figure. As you can see, he comes with this rock that you can perch him on. And the packaging is quite a bit different for this figure. It's pretty cool, actually, if you look at the sides. you can see the accessories that it comes with. So you can see Legolas's 2 white knives, 3 more arrows for Legolas, as well as one of Gimli's throwing axes. So that's pretty cool. I know for me that was a complaint. Why didn't Legolas come with the knives? It's still kind of weird to me that he didn't, but I'm guessing they just didn't have enough for that many accessories. I know accessories are quite a big cost for action figure companies, so it's cool that we are now getting them. The back is different as well. It's kind of got the classic quote. And the other side, we get the other Gollum accessories, which are 2 other head sculpts. He comes with 5 extra sets of hands, and one of them holding the ring, which is sweet. I really like that. And then 2 fish. So pretty cool pack for Gollum. Let's get this guy unboxed. Just gonna have to kind of rip these pieces off, which is kind of a shame. It is kind of it is a really nice looking package. Oh, look at that. It comes with a little base as well. Here's Gollum with all of his accessories. I'm actually surprised at how big and dense the rock is that he comes with. It's quite hefty for a piece of plastic. He does come attached to the rock. It's actually got pegs for his feet. So you can see there, that's pretty cool little detail. There's his little grin. And he is obviously extremely thin, and his joints even more so. So something to be aware of. They feel very, very fragile. So I try not to break this guy, but I'd say he looks quite good for what he should look like. All right, Gollum articulation. Spoiler alert, it's not very good, which I think we've come to expect from this line. He can look down quite a bit. Up, I mean, it's basically just straight. He's looking straight at you. He can't really go higher than that. Side to side a little, and he can rotate it as much as you want him to. Does have a little bit of an ab crunch, and move his arms about that much. He does have these kind of weird single joint elbows and knees. So that's as far as you're getting the elbows. The legs can go about that high. And then pretty decent articulation for a single joint knee. And then he's got ankle pivots, which work great. And those have pretty decent articulation. One thing that's kind of annoying is you can't really get his legs to go straight. So they kind of stick out like really bow-legged, which I guess is fine for Gollum, but it is somewhat tricky to stand him up. And let's look at some of these accessories. So here's the angry face Gollum, pretty good. He is just completely bald. He doesn't have the little strings, which I understand. They're very thin and hard to see anyways. There's this kind of weird inquisitive look maybe. Not really a fan of this one. I don't think it quite captures Gollum. Looks more like Steve Buscemi. No, it's really rude. Love Steve Buscemi. And let's look at the hands. Comes with 5 extra pair, or not pair, just 5 extra hands. You've got kind of the, just, you know, the hand hanging at his side. You've Got the grabbing hand you can hold the fish with. Another kind of static hand. And then another grab one, and this is the one I'm most excited for. And I mean, that's awesome. I wasn't expecting that accessory, but I think it's the perfect accessory for Gollum. You can recreate that iconic scene when he finally gets the ring back and then dies immediately. That's just a great, very well written scene by Tolkien. So good. I'm really, really happy with getting that hand holding the ring. I think that's my favorite Gollum accessory, even more so than the extra heads. And then we've got the two fish, just kind of generic fish. Do have just a kind of generic black base. Feels a little cheap, but it'll do the job. Next we've got Gimli's throwing axe. Looking cool. 3 more arrows for Legolas. And of course, probably the thing most people are excited for, including myself, the white knives of Legolas. I mean, it's a no-brainer to have these with Legolas. So it was disappointing that they weren't originally, but I'm very glad that they included them here. So here's Legolas, a figure that many were disappointed with, including myself. But I just wanted to compare the arrows that the Gollum pack comes with. For the most part, pretty similar. It looks like the paint job is just slightly different. So feathers, pretty similar coloring, which is good. I think the biggest difference is the silver. With the Gollum pack, it's a lot shinier versus the Legolas, just a little more matte. That will really help make his quiver look more full. Yeah, that looks way better versus having 2 or 3 arrows in there. And even if you take one out, you still have a bunch in there, so that looks really nice. And of course, the white knives. So he does have the sheaths for them. They are kind of big, but they do slide in nice for the most part. And yeah, that looks really cool. Finally has those white knives in their sheaths. With his current hands, these don't even fit. I mean, this one you can kind of work in there. But the other hand that holds the bow, I mean, you can kind of balance it, but it's kind of rough. So that sucks, honestly. So for me, I'll just keep them in the sheaths for now, but something to be aware of. Here's Gimli and the new throwing axe. One thing that is of note, this little kind of sheath that I used for the bearded axe, which is really long and kind of bulky, I think works a ton better for the throwing axe. That is a much more practical spot for an axe, so that's pretty cool. Something he could quickly pull out of his belt. And luckily this one fits much better than, well, maybe not much better, but the base is a bit wider, so fits better than the knives for Legolas, though not by a ton. That's a cool addition for sure. So now we have 4 axes for Gimli, which is great. So guys, there you have it. There's the Gollum Deluxe and Uruk-Hai action figures from Diamond Select. Personally, I'm very pleased with both of these. I think Gollum is a must for the extra accessories and to just have Gollum. The Uruk-Hai honestly is one of my new favorites of the entire line. I really want to pick up another so I can have kind of the different looks for him. But thank you guys so much for giving the video a watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.